What's up? What's up? Slacking today. We're going to dig some food plots, get ready for the deer. You know, the important things. That's pretty fortunate. I mean, Friday. Is it Friday? It's Friday. We pretty much got all of third pass done in 3 days. 2,500 acres done in 3 days, so we could have an easy rest of the week. So we're on our way out to dig some food plots. We got the old, I don't know how many feet, a teeny little digger behind me, a little 3-point digger. We're gonna make some dirt black and spread some turnips and radishes on it tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Nice little break. Just me and the tractor and the digger. So, got GPS on this thing. It's gonna be a blast. But yeah. About time we had a little break. I haven't seen the old hunting spot since March when I was out here. So it's about time to get back, check some trail cameras and put out some stuff for the deers. My deers that we're growing. Free range deer. But yeah. We've just trying to show kind of what my hobby is. You know, everybody needs a hobby. You gotta make time for your hobby. This is my first time this year, but it always sticks out in my head. My college instructor, that was a tight squeeze. College instructor said, you know, you should always have a hobby, so you have one to put on your resume when you apply for a job, because if all you do is work, the, whatever you want to call him, the guy trying to hire you might think you're freaking nuts because you don't do anything but work. So that always stuck out in my head, so now I always try to think about that when I'm working all the time. So I need to make time for my hobbies, because then people are going to think I'm nuts when I work all the time. So we're just getting out here. Gotta clean out some trees on the way. My digger, this tight fit down this little grass road to our 40 acres out here in the middle of a whole bunch of other stuff. It's kind of funny. We got a little 40 acre square-ish, and it's surrounded on all 4 sides. I think it drives people nuts. I think it actually makes them really, really mad that there's this random 40 acres owned by somebody else out in the middle of all this land. But hey, it's been here forever. My great grandpa bought it back in the day, and I used to run cows out here, and now we just hunt out here. It's pretty nice. Just me and my dad and the old wife. And the old wife, she's gonna love that. Yeah, and just us 3 basically that just come out here and hunt. It's a blast. It's a little. Oh, there's a deer right there. Right over there. So pretty this time of the year. So what we're, hold on, first field here has been an alfalfa field, or, you know, not really a field, an alfalfa food plot for the past, I want to say 4 years. It was a miracle that we even got that thing to grow with the struggle bus that me and my dad were driving that year. The spreader we had was a piece of junk. You know, we were fertilizing it. We put fertilizer on with a little pull-behind spreader for a 4-wheeler. Then we, you know, broke that a few times. Then we put the alfalfa through it. And, you know, we weren't sure it was going to amount to anything, but it turned out to be one of the best alfalfa food plots I've seen in a long time. But over the years, you know, plugging up a little, over the years it just kind of went downhill, so I decided this year we should rip her up and put some turnips and radishes and stuff like that. And, so we're gonna try that this year and probably get her back to alfalfa in a year or two, since the deer really love the alfalfa. So that's kind of the game plan here. That's what we're working on. Yeah, gotta make the deer happy. Conservation. I'm sure a lot of people like, why do you put so much effort into deer hunting? Why do you need to get food for them? Why don't you just shoot them at 200 yards? Well, there's a science behind all that, and the fact that I bow hunt, you can't shoot them at 200 yards. There's nothing exciting about shooting them out that far, in my opinion. No, that's the unpopular opinion. There's nothing more exhilarating than getting a deer 10 yards from you, looking them in the eyes, and letting the arrow go. But, I mean, like, kind of, so we got a cornfield, kind of on the border. There's a big field out there, which is beans this year, thankfully, because it's been corn, the last 2 years. So the deer love corn, they can hide in it, and it's harvested later, so they'll stay out there and they won't come in to eat my food plots. So, 1 second. So, as I was saying, because we have corn right there on the border, see? Hang on, hang tight. The corn, since there's no trees there, kind of acts as it kind of makes them feel safe moving in here, because they can hide in there. You don't know they're there until they pop out, because they're always weary of predators. We got a coyote problem out here. There's a lot of coyotes out here, so it kind of gives them a safe entrance or passage into. So we'll restart. I like to put corn on the outside, on the border. Then your inside, you want to be like the beans and the forage, or whatever, I think that's what you would technically call it, that they like to eat. So then they feel safe coming in and eating those beans. So they can come all season, through late season, and eat the beans and the turnips and radishes, and they feel safe coming in here. And that kind of draws them in and gives them a little safe haven where they can sit there and eat year-round-ish whenever it grows up. They always eat my beans off too early, though. So really the science behind it for bow hunting is you want them to feel safe coming into your food plot in that shooting zone, or like your comfortable distance from your stand, which everybody's different. Everybody, I know some people that shoot out to 80 and feel comfortable. That's not 100% my cup of tea, but some people will do it. Whitetails are skittish, which is not really smart to shoot out that far. But you want to draw them in as close as possible, You're a ninja up in the tree. You don't want them to know they're there. You want to come in, think they're safe, eating your beans, plugging up, then you stick an arrow in them. And then you go home later and you cook venison backstraps, and there's nothing better in the world. So that's kind of, there's a nice science behind it. It's a lot of time spent out here. You gotta spend money, but people will be like, well, do you really need to spend that much money to get your deer to come in? Well, if you want to grow big bucks, that's what you gotta do. You gotta put in the time and the effort to draw them in. That's all part of the hunt. It makes it worth it when you can sit out here all year and watch deer come in 20 feet from you. It's pretty exhilarating, actually. If you haven't experienced it, I'd say get out and experience it. Story time! So, we've been hunting out here for a long time. Just say a long time. That's a good amount of years, you know. So it's been, you know, it's been like us. There's a different guy on this one, but this, all this over here is a lot over there, and then there's a guy that hunts on the farmer's land to the west of us. So we got people on the east. This one here wraps east, south, north, you know, and then it stops over there, and then there's this one, that one that wraps east or west. It's on the west side, and it comes east a little bit, butts up against this guy's land, and goes all the way south. So north, south, east, west, we got people. Well, these people over here put a stand on our fence line. Quickest way to piss the guy off is put a stand right on the fence line so they can get the deer coming to eat our food, deer leaving from our food. So what do? You put a stand on the other side of there. So, you know, basically giving them the middle finger. Yeah, you gotta censor that. And then, you know what? This guy did it. Ruined my hunting spot. My hunting spot in the death trap. Because now there's a guy over here. I ought to put another stand right there and sit there. Even if I'm not hunting, just sit there when he's in there and just stare at him the whole time. Enough to piss the guy off. We got people stealing our deer. That's the end of story time. So if you're wondering if that, you know, all this work is actually worth it, you know what? It's 210% worth it. I mean, you gotta put in the work if you want the big deer, and if that was my job, like, you know, if I could hunt for a living, you know, it's not really politically correct for what those guys do, you know, that you see on the Outdoor Channel. You know, they don't hunt for a living. They have a, you know, a job, but they were lucky enough to get sponsored and everything, make some money from their job, and then go on hunts. That'd be the dream if I was able to do that. Being a farmer, I just gotta find time here and there to go do it. Find plenty of time still, but it's all this work is worth it. But we're done digging. Come back tomorrow afternoon. We're gonna spread the turnips and radishes out. You know, harrow it in. Pray to God it rains. We got some salt blocks to put out. Deer love salt. They'll like that. We usually have to put them out twice. Or, yeah, sometimes we have to put 2 out a year because they love salt. You know, dump some other mineral out. And this time of the year, hold on, I got a car coming. As I was saying, this time of the year is when their horns are in velvet, you know, so they look really fuzzy. It means their antlers are, you know, they're growing their horns right now, basically. So the mineral is good for them. So we like to try and get as much out there as we can so we can get some big deer. And also this time of the year, it's, you know, it's okay to dump. We dump corn out, you know, just to try and, you know, fatten them up so they got good. It's not really fat. There's really no fat on deer. That's why it's the best meat to eat. You know, just build them up, get them nice and big. Big deer, big horns. We dump some other pellets out that are just, I don't know what, I haven't really looked at that bag. But it's for deer. It helps them grow. So, I mean, that's legal right now. And, you know, it has to all be gone. I believe it's a month before opening day of archery season. So you can do whatever you want, basically up until a month before. Minnesota, it's not legal to bait during the year. You know, there's some places where you can dump, or you can bait year round. You know, you can dump a whole hopper of corn out right in front of your stand. You know you're gonna have deer flocking there. Then you just pick the biggest one and shoot it. But I mean, it doesn't really work that way because they figure it out and they come at night and they eat it all and then they never come out in the day. So the biggest tactic is figuring out when they're gonna come out in the day You know, usually about November they mess up because they just want to find a doe. But so yeah, we like to give them some food while they're winter, or, you know, while they're normal. That doesn't make any sense. While their food is growing, we like to give them a little bit to tide them over until the crops grow. Then you let them eat that all, you know, the corn and those pellets I was saying, you let them eat them all, and you just don't put any more out. I mean, it's usually gone within like 2 or 3 days. It's insane, but it doesn't last long. So I could do it all summer and it would still be gone a month before hunting season. But it is legal to put mineral out year round. I'm pretty positive on that. I think that's what it read. Yeah, it can't be like a food, you know. Like mineral is good for deer. You can't bait them in with apples all year round or corn year round because they will come all the time for that. But it's just we dump them out kind of in a general area where our trail cameras are going to get pictures of them. Then you can just kind of get an inventory of what deer you got out there on your property. It's an excellent way to do that, so you know what you're looking for. You can kind of pick out what deer you want to shoot. We did that last year. There were 2 big deer that me and Kyla wanted to shoot. While I had like 2 months until gun season. I had plenty of opportunities, but I just couldn't get close enough to I got close enough, but he wouldn't ever give me a shot. So, needless to say, he was out chasing a doe and our neighbor shot him, which was really depressing because I've seen him a whole bunch of times. But fortunately, Kyla shot hers last year. It was a pretty unique story. She's pregnant with twins. Probably shouldn't have been out there, but she was out there and she shot. This guy's probably wondering what the crap I'm doing. He looked at me kind of weird. But yeah, so that was a pretty unique opportunity there. Never did seal the deal on anything myself, besides a doe. Doe was good meat, but no horns on the wall. So we're gonna take some inventory on what we got out there here in the next few months. We got beginning of July, August, 17th of September, I think. That's usually right around when. So I got 2.5 months, 2 months, until we can hit the woods. So we're just gonna drive back to the shop and probably give her up for the night. Be back out here tomorrow. So catch y'all later. Hopefully get you in on some of the action tomorrow. So gotta go shoot some clay pigeons tomorrow to brush up on my shooting bird skills since I can't seem to hit a pheasant to save my life. It's embarrassing. So we're gonna do that. Move a play set maybe back to our house for the kids, and then we'll be back out here. So catch y'all later.